It's late, y'all. It is late. Happy Wednesday. Happy March 8th. Happy International Women's Day. I had to get in here before 12 o'clock to make the challenge because I'm on day 8 and I have been going strong. Welcome into those that are live and those that will catch this on the replay. I am so grateful to be here to continue to celebrate Women's History Month, but especially on this day, the International Women's Day. I've enjoyed seeing the posts. I've enjoyed seeing women celebrate other women. I've enjoyed seeing each of you celebrate yourself. So today, as always, I am Dr. Jayla Ray, your heart coach, your strategist, and your encourager. I am committed to your sustained pivot as you journey on your purposed and divine path. Today is day 8, and the fact about Women's History Month is simply today is International Women's Day. And the theme is hashtag embrace equity. So we're going to talk a lot about equity. I led up to this a couple days ago, so we'll go through that a little bit. But I want you to think about what equity means to you as we prepare to discuss it here shortly. Now, I'm always going to honor some women because we're talking about what? International Women's Day. So today I am going to highlight and to honor and salute some of my good girlfriends and sisters since childhood. So these are some strong women. They have sustained friendships with me since childhood that have stood the test of times. And guess what? They have lots of equity that's running through their veins, their DNA, their blood. And it's a byline within our friendship, in our relationships, and how we interact with each other. These are strong women with some powerful stories. So it's 4 of them. 3 of them are my childhood friends, and 1 is a special person. So the first one I'll speak about and salute and raise up this evening to celebrate on this International Women's Day is Kenya Curry Posey. Kenya, some of you may know her as the realtor that cares. She's an amazing wife, mother, daughter, sister, niece, cousin, and low-key therapist for a lot of people. Kenya does a lot, and she supports a lot of people. She is a go-getter. And she's an example and support for all whom she loves and takes interest in along her journey. Next is Letitia Wamba, who is a wife, mother, niece, cousin, sister, and serving as an amazing caretaker for her parents, her grandmother, her aunt, people in her family. She takes care of everybody. Excuse me. Tish is a person who takes care of everybody. Tish loves very hard and will certainly step to you about her friends. Hello? Tish will step to you about her friends. She is one truly about equity, and injustices bother her just as much as they bother me. She is a woman with boldness, confidence, and if you know Tish, she has style. Next is Nikki Klutz. Nikki is a mother, a daughter, a sister, an aunt, a cousin, a niece, and the life of any party. Any get together, any come together. When Nikki's around, Nikki will have you laughing. She is the life. She is bold, authentic, and as they come. Nikki is just going to tell it like it is. She's not sugarcoating anything. She is all about equity and justice as well. She is a woman to be celebrated. Nikki is also very thoughtful. And she don't ever be surprised if Nikki texts you and say, hey, look out for a package that's supposed to come on this day. Nikki is always thoughtful in sending packages. She is a great encourager and she's very independent. Lastly, I want to honor and lift up my sister. We call each other sister, Seestr, sister. She's my sister, my blood sister, Crystal Cruz. Phew. Listen, so much to share about her as a woman and her unique yet resilient path. Her path has been different from the womb. She has had to be resilient and she has pressed forward on a path. Crystal is my Peter. And let me explain. Crystal will cut the ear off first and then ask questions. She is a protector by nature. She loves very hard. She is gifted and compassionate. And she is a business-minded woman and stands strong on supporting those she loves. Crystal's going to support everybody. Now, we're going to move in to talk a little bit about embracing equity for this particular day because it's International Women's Day, and that is the theme. I'm a whole grown woman. I told y'all that several times, a whole grown businesswoman, but guess what else I am? I am a whole grown equity warrior. Okay? Embrace equity. Love the sound of it. Love the theme for today. So the theme is embrace equity. And here's a bit about how I embrace equity. If you've seen any of the montage postings today about International Women's Day, you would have seen some of my insight on equity, but I wanted to share it here again. So from my lens, from my heart, from my being, from my thoughts, equity is indeed a mindset, yielding a lifestyle. How do I embrace and foster equity in my work and life? I am an equity warrior and always have been. I was always disturbed by injustices and was an innovative disruptor from a child, and still am an innovative disruptor. I was created to disrupt unjust and unfair systems with respectful yet assertive, proactive strategy, including the shifting of mindsets and perspectives through authentic introspection. That's where that heart-to-heart daily devotional comes in. And real talk with love, which always elevates and amplifies those implicit and unconscious biases. Relate to and how they relate to the stereotypes and privileges that ring through causing these inequities. So that can be all of the things that fall under embracing equity that this day stands for. It's very important to me that equity is a lens and is always included from inception and not an afterthought. And I'm intentional to advocate for just that. And I want to speak about that for a minute. Equity should not be an afterthought. There should be an inclusive, equitable group of people, diverse at any table, discussing any topic from inception, creating anything or any processes from inception. Because if it's not, it's an afterthought. And therefore, it seems like, oh, we got to include this, where it should be like, you know what, from the beginning, as we start talking and brainstorming, we need to include this, and this. That is true equity. That is true inclusivity. That is true diversity from inception, at the table from the beginning. Because that way you're getting all the lens and all the perspectives. Why is that important? Because all of us come from different backgrounds. We were raised different. We have different all kinds of things. So always our lens and perspective will be different. So it's important to have that at the table from the beginning. Now, as we close out, I'm always going to give some encouraging quotes and empower each of us in this today, because we're talking about equity. This one was really important to me. It says, until we get quality in education, we won't have an equal society. Until we get quality in education, we won't have an equal society. So it goes back to the education, which means from a child, from the womb, early childhood education, early childhood development. Until we get that right, we won't have an equal society. So how can we truly embrace equity? We have to advocate for these things. We have to take these things to the policymakers and get the right policies in place to advocate for these things to truly have equity. And that is by Sonia Sotomayor. Until we get equity and equality in education, we won't have an equal society. I don't know if you see my shirt. This is one of my trademark quotes. Education is a heart matter. And I truly believe that. That is my philosophy. That is what I stand on. And it goes back to this quote, because we need equity in education so that we can have an equal society. Welcome in for those that are coming. Thank you. Please feel free to share and invite. We're ending here, though, with this particular last minute quote. Women belong in all places where decisions are being made. It shouldn't be that women are the exception. That's by Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Women belong in all places where decisions are being made. It shouldn't be that women are the exception. That goes back to being at the table, not an afterthought. There should always be a woman at any table where there's a decision being made. Women just bring a different perspective. Women bring a different lens. Women bring a different energy of advocacy. Women bring a different lens of just and fair. Every woman, women bring a whole lot of difference at a table. And Women belong in all places where decisions are being made. It shouldn't be that women are the exception. So that ends for tonight. I'm a little late, but thank you for those that checked it out live. It'll come back on the replay. Happy International Women's Day. Thank you for chatting it up with me for day 8 of the She is Powerful March Challenge. See you tomorrow.